It's an early winter evening, and even though it's not particularly late, the time of year has lent the sky an almost perpetually darkened cast. Day after day, just like today, you trudge home from a job you haven't increasingly come to hate. On this day, your job misery seems to have reached critical mass, and not even shredding your laden rain laden and uncomfortable work clothes helps you to unwind from your workday. You collapse into your couch, blank and numb, while your jobs while your job always seemed to just be an unpleasant reality of existence. It has a position you sort of fell into unexpectedly, never intending to work there long term, and it's getting harder and harder to keep it up. While it's certainly not your dream job, you always just sort of stuck it out of necessity before, but it's becoming increasingly difficult to do that. Though you couldn't even begin to imagine what else you could do, you find yourself face to face with a question you just can't ignore. Is your complacency worth the price of this level of misery? Try and at least be productive by focusing your efforts on your project tonight. Aimlessly look through classifieds for another job. Let's do that, because you know the job. You boot up your computer and navigate to the local Craigslist. You sift through a myriad of legitimate position postings, clear pyramid scams, and occasional miscategorized random personal ad. You look through the section that is aligned with your current job, that is in line with your current job, and start feeling a bit of despair. Would things really be any different if you were simply doing the same thing somewhere else? Email your resume to a few of the postings after coming up with a cover letter that you could use for a variety of things. After you've exhausted the postings for the last few days, you head back to the main page. There's a section that's more in line with the project you've been doing, though it's a highly competitive, creative field that you don't feel remotely qualified for. Despite that you click on the section, scrolling through the postings, you daydream about actually holding a position there where you would get to do something more meaningful, despite feeling completely intimidated by the requirements. You find a listing you actually want to apply for. Spend an hour crafting a really personal cover letter and really giving your all to the task, and nervously send off the email. You're rather convinced you'll never hear back from any of these places, but the act of trying to change your situation instead of stewing on it actually feels quite freeing. You find yourself trying to stifle the hope that you end up getting the creative job, but it still managed to bubble up anyway. It's a little past 8 on a Tuesday night. You're at your computer, frustration levels peaked, rubbing your eyes and sighing heavily. You're working on a project from your job that has you stretched to wits and trying to meet a looming deadline, and as it lurks closer and closer, you're seriously doubting your ability to get it done. You've dragging your feet a little at work. It's probably supposed to say you've been dragging your feet a little at work due to your complete lack of energy lately. In spite of wanting to do a good job, you find yourself unable to push past it and feel horribly useless for it. You slide your hands off your face and look at your screen as it beeps at you. Hey, are you there? I really need to talk to someone about something. You feel like you're getting nowhere at your current task, then you could probably use a break. However, you know that you have a history of getting distracted and then losing motivation to pick something back up again afterward. What do you do? Try to regain your focus. Don't answer. We should probably answer him because he did help us with our problem, so we should probably help him with whatever he needs help with. You're feeling like you've hit a brick wall with your task, so why not take a break and help out a friend? Hey, what's up? Oh, good, you're there. I just found out I got cheated on. I don't know what to do. Oh no, that's horrible. The two of you talk for a long time, and you lend a shoulder to your friend. You give him space to rant, to cry, and most importantly, to be able to voice his inner turmoil. You give him your full attention and talk to him through what his options are for what he does next. You keep him from doing something rash, and the two of you decide it's best for him to sleep on it before doing anything. Exhausted, he departs for bed and thanks you for being there to talk with him. As you close the IM window, you feel horribly sorry for your friend, but happy you were able to help. It serves as a tangible reminder to you that you're capable of being useful to someone instead of solely being a mess that needs everyone else's help. You boot up your work project and find that you're suddenly able to get some solid progress done on it that night. See, it was good. We got work done and we helped someone out. And this has gone down now. Your depressed interaction is exhausting and you're becoming more and more withdrawn. See, that's like the second thing that popped up, so we're like almost not depressed anymore. You are seeing a therapist even though you doubt anything she says could make you feel better. Started medication. You have started taking medication. You're hoping that it will work, but you aren't optimistic and are worried about the side effects. See, we're starting to like push ourselves a little better. It's a sunny Saturday afternoon. You're in deep thought on the way home from therapy. However, you notice this time that you're not in the same negative feedback loops you usually get trapped in when being this introspective. You realize that although you still have your bad days, your lows aren't quite as low as they used to be. Your antidepressant bottle rolls across your dashboard as you take a left turn. You've been on this medication for quite a while now after a period of trying a few different kinds. Though you still have minor side effects, they've overall become an unnoticed part of your life. You feel as if your life has generally changed for the better recently, and you begin to wonder if you need them anymore. You don't feel as much despair or hopelessness, and you hate yourself a lot less these days. Maybe it's time to stop taking these, you think? I seem to really need them. I don't seem to really need them anymore. I seem to not. Yeah. What do? You really should keep continuing to take them, because if you don't take them, they go, like, your life could get really bad. So we're going to continue to take them. Alright, so I'm going to pick this up. This next thing, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the last part, because it seems like we're getting a lot better. So I'm almost positive it is. So I guess we'll find out.